Alright, we're going to continue with our grade book and we're going to implement the grade display. So as I mentioned, there's a lot of common code between what we wrote last time, the create class set, and what we're going to do now, which is the display class set. So let's go ahead and just copy create class set. If I go slow enough, I'll catch it. There's the next one after it. So here's the end of it. Control copy. Whoops. Better hit Control Z because I just accidentally deleted it. So you don't want to do that. Alright. Let me see if I can snag it again here. Yeah, I just want to copy it. I don't want to delete it. Control C. And then I'll just move my mouse and click it to unselect it. There we go. Okay, I'm going to put this down at the end because it's easy for me to fit it in. So it has to go before the end of my class. It's right there. And it's also kind of easy if I'm always working at the end of the file. I don't have to bounce around the file and try to find anything. Okay, right off it's telling me, hey, you're not allowed to have two functions with the same parameters that have the same name. That's fine. I'm going to change this. So this is display class set. Alright, now before I finish writing this, let me come on back up here to my menu. And so what we're doing now is we're writing the code that's going to go right in here on the display option. So I'm going to go ahead and go down here. I'll leave this uncommented for now. I can come on up here and comment this one out because I finished the create class set. Or I could delete it. I'll leave it in there for now in case I want to use it like in a refactoring in the future. Okay, so we need to call this display class set. And that's already down here now that otherwise it would have asked me to create a new function. And that's alright, but I've got a lot of code here that I wanted to reuse, so instead of writing it from the whole hog. Okay, let's just take a look at what we have. Class file name, string student name. I don't think we're going to need those. I'll leave them for now. Done named input. Definitely not going to need that because what we're going to do is we're going to use a file chooser. So let's go ahead and just put our file chooser up here. I don't know if we need the array. Probably we don't need the array. We're probably just going to read the data right to the console. But I'll leave it in for now. Alright, let's see. We need a scanner to read from the... I don't know that we're going to need the scanner either. So jfile chooser equals new. Oops. And I think we want this to be null if memory serves. Let's see, is that right? Yeah, I think there's more parameters for that. Let's see. Alright, we want to add the import. That's good. And you know, this is one of those things I always have to do a quick reference on. So let me pause this and I'll go ahead and find it. Okay, I had to do a little bit of a reference check there. I got confused. I was thinking about the dialog box where you have to pass that null in, but here for JFileChooser you don't pass anything. So now basically we want to have the JFileChooser return a file, and class file, I guess we could say that's a good name for that still. Let's see, class file name. I don't think we're going to have that handy. We'll see. Done name input scanner in. That's basically reading from the console. Okay, so, and I don't know if we'll need the array list. Alright, well, alright, let's make a chooser. Let's see. Oh no, I want this in the try block. Alright, yes. Okay, that we're not going to need. And that we're not going to need. And we're only going to do this once, so it won't be in the do loop. So get the name of the file and open it up. So this is going to be if, what is that? Chooser dot, I always forget how to do that. Let's see, let me just check my cheat sheet here. If chooser show up in dialog null, oh, there's the null I was thinking of. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to snag this. So chooser show up in dialog box null equals JFileChooser approve option. That means the user picked a file and we can get it from the selected file. So let's see now. This is not going to get student names anymore. We have to use the file name to open the file. Okay, let me get rid of this so we have more room. Good. Alright, let's see. Class file name. Do we have a file object? Yes, class file. Okay, so class file equal chooser dot should be get selected file. Yep, there it is. And then we go ahead and use that to create our scanner. Let's see if we defined our scanner here. So we're not using a print writer because we're reading instead of writing. So we're going to get rid of this. And now this should be scanner. And because I'm using N for console, I'm going to use InFile to show the one that I'm reading from. Really, I should change this in here to console, but then I'd have to go through the code and change it, and it'd be a pain. So, all right, let's see. Here we go. Class file equal chooser dot get selected file. And then, okay, so. Oh no, I've already declared this. So input equals InFile. Sorry. InFile equals new scanner class file. So class file is a file object returned by get selected file. InFile is now opened to class file, and if that causes our problem, it will go ahead and run the catch box here. So we just need to go through and fix the code because I copied the code. It's sort of dirty and there's all these references here. So basically now this loop is going to read from the file. And so instead of a do while, I think we want to do a while loop. So let's just rewrite this. While. Get rid of this. And then the while condition for reading the file is that while it has the next line. So this is in file dot has next line. And then we're not going to enter here. We're going to read the file in. And usually I just call it line. But here each line represents a student. So we can do it that way. So let's come up here. I think we have student name. Technically it's student record. Right now it's only the student name, but we're going to add to it. So, and we're going to read the entire record. So let's just make that student record right now. Okay, so here we're reading the file. Student record equals in file dot next line. It reads the entire line at a time. Oops. There we go. And then in the same loop we can just print it out. Now later on we could read it into the array list if we needed to, but I don't think we have any need for that. So let's just go ahead and display it for now. And then if we need to, we can refactor this. So then let's see. We just do the system out print line for this. Yeah, we're not writing to a file, we're writing to the console. So that's just system out print line. So salt tab, whoops. And then let's see. I'm going to add some refinements here very quickly. Event record. And let's put a counter in here so that as we read them, we count them. So we'll start up here. Let's see, student record count. So int student record count equals 0. So here I just read a student record in. So then student record count plus plus, which will change that and increment it. And then we'll display this like so. So student record count is also the number for this student, right? So you see what it's going to do? It's going to put student record count plus a space plus the student record itself. Alright, then if we want to make it cool, we can add a title and all that to it. Let's just go ahead and do that. So it'll do these prints first. So salt tab student records Now we should be able to get the name of the file from the file object. So let's see, chooser.getSelectedFile returns class file. This file dot get name. There it is. So that'll give us the name of the file. And then it'll display it. And then let's make a make a quick display table here. Oops, I want to use a different thing this time for my menu, so I'll use the equal sign. There we go. Let's see. That ought to be good enough. We'll copy this line. Roll down here after the while loop. Get that out. Whoops. Sorry. Control V. There we go. Whoa. Control Z. I had all that stuff in the buffer. I thought I had copied this. Alright, what's going on here? There, I put the copy. I didn't have the shortcut right. Alright, try again here. That's not the one I want to copy anyway. Well, let's just try. Oops, damn it. Let's just do it again. I think the editor got the best of me there. Alright, now copy this line. Control copy, move down so it's not selected and you don't erase it. And paste it in here. And now we have it right. And then let's see, class file and out we're not using. We can delete those lines. We're not writing out. And we don't need this for loop that was going through an array list that we're not using now. Although we might change that. And now instead of out close, this should be out, I'm sorry, in file dot close. If I can spell it. There we go. Let's see. Why doesn't it like that? That should be okay. Now I don't think we want to do this. I think we just want to return from this method back to the menu. So again, I think we'll put a error message here to tell the user what happened. Oh, you know what? My braces are off here. So if it's open, and where is the? Let's do records. So I should have a else clause on the end of this if here. Let's indent all this stuff. There we go. Okay, so then here is the that's all part of the if. Alright, then here's the end of the if. And then we have an else. We'll add a block for that. Now this block is basically the user didn't choose a file, so we can again I think you can see what I'm doing here. So this will just go ahead and also return from this method. Let's see now, will that work? Yeah, sure, because this is a menu function. So it'll just return back to the menu. We don't need to have these here actually, because the method itself will return. But I think it's kind of good here to have these because it reinforces the idea of what's going on. What's going on here with this system at print line? Oops, that's a. Okay, there we go. Alright, well let's try it and see if it works. We need to refine our file chooser here. I'll show you in a minute that that's going to be a problem. Where am I at on my time? Run over already. Alright, let's test it real quick and then I'll get this video over and return with another for you. Okay, so we want to display, so we'll hit option 3. Whoops. You have to click here in the input and the output window to do this. Alright, something happened because it didn't pop up the JFile chooser. Alright, so